My journey inside African art was large and vast, full of a lot of insight and culture. Sitting talking with the president of Afreeqarts Israel, as well as his 3 talented dynamic artists he is representing, just showing the beauty and the complexity of African art. And I have to say, your artists are absolutely dynamic and they're phenomenal.
Yeah.
So please take a look at what Afreeqarts and the artists that they're representing. I am sitting here with this lovely brother right next to me, who is a wonderful artist, who allowed me to come into his home for me to see his artwork, and this is one of the artists that Afreeqarts is representing. So please, can you share with us, give us your name?
Yeah, my name is Richard Addison.
Okay.
And I'm an artist and a musician.
Oh,
a
so
painter and a musician, yes.
Oh, so you're an artist and you're multifaceted. So you're a musician, you're an artist, you work with canvases.
Yes,
so you do a lot. What kind of music do you do?
I do gospel music.
What sparked you in becoming an artist? Did it start from an early age, and when did you know that you had this gift?
Actually, it started very young. When I was young, I realized I have the talent when during my elementary school days. What happened is, when we are in class, I love to like draw with anything I lay my hands on.
Okay.
You understand? So that was when I realized I can draw more than my classmates. Because, you know, when I look at you, I try to draw you. Anyhow it appears, that is you. You just have to accept it. So what happened is, I couldn't do away with that. I really love that more than anything else. So I grew with it in my parents' room, like sitting room. You see me painting the room with charcoal. You know, drawing
with like charcoal. Wow, okay.
So that was when I realized I had the talent, roughly at the age of 7. My inspiration comes from nature. What I see, especially the expressions on people's faces.
Really?
You know, how they react to certain things. How human beings, we react. You know, our reactions are sometimes expressed or shown on our faces.
That's true.
That is the reason why you can see some of my works, like it's the focus, or the focal point is on the face, face. And also I love to paint on a black background.
Why do you paint on a black background? Please tell us.
Yes. Most artists paint on a white background. That is originally when you buy the canvas, that is the color you get. Though we have some other colors. But the reason why I paint on a black background is, you know, black is mostly termed by many people as evil. You understand? And I was there and I thought about it and I said, no. All colors has the good side and the bad side. All colors. White is, let's say, purity. That's the positivity of white, purity. But the negative side of white is pride. You understand? Because it looks like it stands out. And this black, the good side of black means deep or mystery, something hidden. You cannot tell a lot when you are in the dark. You understand? So black is a mystery. So I sat down and I said, no. Now, one theoretical way must know is all colors came out of black.
That's true, yeah.
Yes. That is where all colors came from. They came out of black because, you know, the white or the light is a combination of the 7 colors we know, which is known as the rainbow.
Right.
That is where the light, like when you want to, if you want to break the white light down, you want to break it up, you get the rainbow colors, which are the 7 colors. But when you mix them back, you reverse it, you get dark. It's where light comes from. So light comes from the darkness.
You know, it's so interesting you would say that, because the narrative in, you know, how we've been taught, I've been brought up that, oh, white is purity, white is positive, and black, you want to stay away from
Yes,
black. And black
that
isn't kind of like, you know, that's kind of dark. And that even translates to us as a people. We've been really brainwashed. And with you saying that black, that this is normally the color of evilness, and actually listening to you saying it's not.
It's not at all.
It's not. So it's a lie.
It's the thing is that they don't understand it. You see, black, you cannot fathom black completely. So even when you see a black man, you can't know him very well unless you walk with him, sit down, talk to him, with him. They look like a mystery in a way. They are too deep for you to get. They are too deep. You know, black means deep, something deep.
Yes.
You understand? So we all know light came out of darkness.
That's true.
So it is black that birth all the other colors. Yeah, like white itself came out of black.
What form of art do you work in normally?
This is called impasto and impressionism. You know, impasto is whereby you apply thick paint. You know, you just...
Can you explain to us what thick paint?
Like you apply the paint in a... like, is it a huge quantity? You just apply them without any restrictions, you understand?
Okay, I got you. Okay.
And then you can see my paintings has a lot of movement.
Yeah,
like it flows.
kind of like flows through. It almost gives you kind of like a, I don't know, like spiral type of feel. Yeah, it kind of does, but at the same time you can see that face in it. It's absolutely amazing.
Yes, and
thank you so much. So check Richie out. I will have all his stuff in the description box. He has a lot more images and art that he has. Yeah. Here I am sitting with another lovely artist that Afreeqarts is representing, and he was so willing to allow me into his domain, into his workspace to show us his lovely artwork. So can you please tell us your name?
Oh, I'm Theophilus Tetteh with the brush name NiiOdai.
Oh, okay. I call him Theo for short.
Oh,
that's okay. So Theo, so at what age did you start becoming an artist? When did you start this?
Since I was a kid. I started my drawing in the primary school.
Okay, so you did it ever since you were like a little kid. And what sparked your passion in it? When did you know that this is something that you wanted to do?
When I got to GSS 3, that's where I realized that I can do something. So from there, I started pursuing it to the senior high, and I did visual arts at the senior high. From the senior high, I didn't complete the senior high, so I moved into the vocational school where I did graphic designing. Actually, I was going there to do a painting, but when I got there, there's not like painting. They only have the textiles, graphic designing, catering, and other courses. So I decided to do graphic designing.
So you do graphic designing as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're another that's multifaceted. So you have your hand.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot. So in the year 2010, I completed, and I started with the graphic designing for about 5 years. Okay. So that was to 2015, and I all done with the graphics. Then I started my painting. And in 2016, I did my first exhibition.
Oh, wow.
At the Africa Regent Hotel.
My goodness, African Regent, I mean, that's like a ritzy place. Yeah. That's like upscale. Were you nervous or were you like, oh my gosh, is it?
Yeah. During my first time, I was like, wow, how is it going to be? But God been so good. It went on well.
Well, that's amazing. I'm just looking at your artwork and it is so beautiful. I see that you have a lot of women. A lot of women. Are women like your muse?
Actually, I really got a lot of inspiration from women as well. From my mom.
Oh.
Yeah, from my mom. Whatever happens in my life, she only tells me one thing. Still, you can do it. No matter how the struggles, the difficulties, it still encouraged me to do more. So that's why you can see a lot of women.
Please explain to us these artworks and what the name of this artwork is. Like this one. Let's say this one, for example.
Okay, actually a team I'm working on it now to tell out the feeling and expressions of people. So I decided to choose women because they have the emotional aspect more than men. Yeah, so I titled it, I theme it, The Window to the Soul. The high is the window to the soul.
Oh,
So
that's beautiful.
if you can watch it carefully, I have a lot of focus and attention on the high.
Right,
Yeah.
I can kind of see that, and I love like the, I guess say kind of like the way that you painted it. What form do you normally work in with your art?
I'm a versatile artist. What I do is most of the time I work based on themes.
Okay.
So if I'm there, anything that comes in mind that inspires me a lot, that's what I work in. So during this season, then the years back, I've been looking at the attitude of people, their reactions, their emotions. That's what really motivates me much and affects me much to come out with this theme.
So you focus on like human behavior, I guess you could
Yeah, I
say?
focus on that. That's what moves me much.
Okay, that's very interesting. So I guess you're like a psychology / sociology kind of artist because you're focusing on human behavior and emotion. And you can tell with these paintings that you work a lot in depth, and I can tell like you focus a lot on the face. So with this one, why do you have like different colors? Could you please explain that to us?
Yeah, I choose different colors because they have to tell different stories based on the reactions.
Okay.
This, the same human being, today is lovely, the next day is caring, the next day is very sad. So I realized that, wow, why don't I use different colors to depict emotions? So I use the blue, I use the orange to tell the sadness, the blue to tell the love, the danger, the victory of it.
Wow. Like you're actually the first artist I've heard that say they really focus on, I guess, like human states and human emotion.
Yeah.
That's pretty deep. It really is. That's pretty deep because it definitely conveys through your work, and I have to say it is amazing and it's definitely impressive.
But my inspirations are based on natural things. I travel a lot. Sometimes I can travel from Accra to a village to just spend some few days there. To look at what, to just get inspired of the people over there, their reactions. Then I come back. And I actually have people who have been looking at their work way years back, and their works have influenced me a lot. Yeah.
If somebody wants to get in touch with you, how could they get in touch with you?
No, okay, I'm on social media, NiiOdaiart. That's the signature that I use.
Okay.
So NiiOdaiart, then Facebook NiiOdaiart. I think that's the two social media handles I've been using for now.
Okay. All right. We'll definitely check him out. I will put all of his links and everything below so you can check out more about this young artist. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sorry, I'm on YouTube too. NiiOdaiart at the same.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna have to check him out, won't we? Thank you so much for coming on my channel. You're lovely.
Yeah, thank you.
And now I am sitting with another lovely artist that Afreeqarts is representing. And I'm here seeing his lovely artwork. So could you please tell us your name?
Okay, my name is Richmond Agamelah.
Richmond
Agamelah.
Okay,
Sure.
I'm still learning the pronunciation. Okay, so when did you know that this was the vein that you wanted to go in? When did you know I'm an artist?
Wow. Actually, from infancy, you just find yourself drawing and all those stuff.
So you just have that mind for it.
Yeah, so like when I was in JHS, that is junior high school. My teacher was like, no, this guy, you are too good. When it comes to technical drawing, I'll be drawing for the ladies and be taking money and those stuff. So he was like, no, I think you can do well in art, so you should rather feather in art. I was like, okay. And I also enjoy doing it, so I just found out that no, that is the only thing I can do.
Okay, so when you were young, you used it almost like as a trade? Was it like a business that you had even when you were kind of
No. It was just like a hobby.
It was like a hobby.
Sure.
Okay, so it was a hobby. So what sparked your passion in being an artist? What has like been your influences? What has been your muse?
Okay. What inspires me and then what influences my art is that from the side in which I'm coming from, as in the vicinity I'm coming from, the people around me. You know, I love painting women a lot.
I can see that.
Sure.
I have another artist that loves to paint women. So
I love painting women a lot. And then I think it's also coming from, I have 6 siblings. I'm the only guy. So I'm always with the women. Yeah, so I'm always around them. So like
left and right, you know them, huh?
Sure. So like I'm able to connect with them easily, know their thoughts, what they feel at a particular point in time and stuff. Most of the times, like the ones I lived with, when they are having this their menstruation and stuff, the way they behave, and sometimes like before you get to realize that, oh, okay, the person is not really okay. So the slightest thing that it pisses the person off and those stuff. So like I get to understand them more. So I feel like they are the people I can really work on. So I rather chose them to be my subject matter.
Oh, that's so cute. I guess you're like, I know like the female left and right. Of course, you know that how us ladies, we change during our time and you know, our mood swings. And so that's really, really funny. But I can see that you paint and you have a lot of women. And these are some beautiful paintings. And what I've noticed with the other 2 artists, that Afreeqarts is representing is I love the natural women. You guys have natural figures of women. I mean the hair to the color. I mean I just love it, and that really celebrates the beauty of us as Black women and women of African descent. And I'm loving it. I really am. And I mean you guys are brothers, and you guys are like, no, I'm celebrating the beauty of my own women. So that's always dear to my heart. So tell me, Richmond, when did you start doing this like professionally, becoming a professional artist?
Okay, first of all, I will start when I completed my tertiary school from Ghanata in the year 2009. So I've been doing this for the past, let's say, this year is 11 years.
Wow,
painting.
That's a long time.
But I started painting professionally since 2015.
Okay.
That is when I had my first exhibition at the Accra City Hotel. Coincidentally, I completed school 4th June. 4th June. And then I had my first exhibition 4th June. And my birthday is also 4th June.
Oh wow, so that happened on your birthday?
Yeah, so it's one of the events that I can never forget in my life, you know.
Okay, so please can you share with us, like, for instance, take this portrait for example. What is the style that you normally work in? How do you get this canvas? What do you do?
Okay, I want to talk a little about the process. Okay, I use these things to paint. It's a phone card.
Okay.
Yeah, normally people think I use the normal palette knife, but I choose to use this as my palette because I feel more comfortable using this. Yeah, to paint, to get my effect that I want on my canvas. Wow. And then I combined 4 things to make my work, 4 things to get the results that I want. One, I use the Impressionist style. You can see, when it comes to the Impressionism, you can see different colors coming together to form one thing.
Okay.
So it's giving you an impression. And then the second one is me expressing myself, which we call the expressionism. Like as in me expressing myself with the palette, with the brush, throwing strokes. Sometimes you need to be bold to do it, because it's when you start it doesn't look nice, but you have to have that confidence to do it.
Kind of like that confidence within you as an artist to convey the message.
Do it. And then I also have this thing I call the realism. So if you look at the eye and then the lips, I try to depict it as it is to get it very real. So that is the focal attraction of the painting. When you see like it catches you, so you are like, okay, let me. And then the abstract part of it is that aside me doing all the impressionism, the expressionism, and then the realism, the abstract part is me not completing or me not filling all the image with paint. So it's like unfinished work, but to me it's a finished work because that is the style I've chosen to portray. So any moment you see the work, you know it is my work. Sometimes you don't even need to go and look at the signature to see whose work is this.
I was like, that's Richard's work. That's his work. Okay.
So immediately you see it, then you know it's my work. Yeah.
So the up top part, so is this also painting or is this something different?
Yeah, okay, actually I use these little ones just to, as you can see, just to create a little effect, add a little color to it, just to make it look more different from other people.
Okay, so that's almost like your signature style.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's really lovely. I love your studio, and I love the work that you have done. No, thank you. And how can people get in touch with you if they're interested in seeing more of your work?
Okay, you can contact me on my Facebook page, Richmond Agamelah. The same at Instagram, Richmond Agamelah.
Okay.
Sure, and then also Afreeqarts. Yeah, Afreeqarts. You can still get me there.
Okay, all right.
Sure.
So you guys, please check him out, Richmond
Agamelah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so please check him out. I will have all of his stuff in my description box, so you can please check out more of his work. Thank you so much.
You're so much welcome. I'm humbled to have you in my studio.
Oh, thank you. We're humbled to be here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're much welcome.